And now, please welcome our very special guest star, presented by the City of Rancho Mirage, from Broadway's The King and I, Patricia Welch.
We are very pleased to have a chance to sit down with Patricia Welch to talk a little bit about her career prior to seeing her perform right here on Front Row Center. Patricia, welcome. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Patrick. It's so good to be here.
And I know that you're excited about the opportunity to get out a little bit. I mean, we've all been sort of locked down and
Total lockdown for me.
so this is a great opportunity and great for the kids to see you perform and be a part of this. But you have a really, I think it's one of those magical stories about going to New York, wanting to be on Broadway, and you were within, what, a day of getting on a plane and coming home when you got your big break. Tell us about that.
Yes, okay. Well, I was just out of, in my early 20s, very naive, West Virginia girl, never been on a plane before. Went to New York City with $1,400 in my pocket and a plane ticket. Decided that I was going to give this a stab. I stayed at the YWCA, and I ran out of money very quickly. And what I learned fast was that I didn't have my equity card. I was a non-equity performer. And so it made it really tough because I couldn't get into any of the auditions. I was actually ready to go home. And I was at Western Union getting some money for a plane ticket from my mom. And I walked out of Western Union, and I actually was recognized by a gal that I went to college with. And she lived in New York City, and she said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I'm going home because I'm not going to make it, obviously, and I'm running out of money." And she says, "Why don't you stay with us?" She says, "I'll talk to my sister." So I stayed with her. And then literally a few days later, that's when they had the open call for The King and I. And when I went to the audition, I got a call back. But I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I waited in the hall with a little bag lunch because I couldn't get in right away because they were seeing all the equity people first. 6,000 people later, you know, when I finally was seen and I got this call back, then that opened up the door for me. It was like a Cinderella story. One thing happened after another. I got a call back. Yul Brynner was in Japan. They wanted him to see me. And then the magic all started. And the great thing about it is my contract, now this is back in 1980, and my contract, with my opening salary, with per diem, of course, this was without the per diem, my opening salary was $1,400 a week, exactly what I went to New York City with. So it really was a Cinderella story.
Well, it opened up an incredible career, and we're very lucky because now we get a chance to see you perform right here on Front Row Center. Ladies and gentlemen, Patricia Welch.
I know it might seem hard to understand, but I'm happier now than I ever was when I was in the theater. And it's all because of Buddy. Life is slow, but it seems exciting 'cause Buddy's there. Gourmet cooking and letter writing and knowing Buddy's there. Every morning, don't faint, I tend the flowers. Can you believe it? Every weekend, I paint for umpteen hours. And yes, I'm living like a shot-in. No, I haven't got cooks and cars and diamonds. No, my clothes are not Paris fashions. But in Buddy's eyes, I'm young, I'm beautiful. In Buddy's eyes, I don't get older. So life is ducky and time goes flying, and I'm so lucky I feel like crying. Yes, it's true. Buddy does this to me. In Buddy's eyes, I'm young, I'm beautiful. In Buddy's eyes,